Hi everybody, welcome to this free video guide for the round shown of this Legacy 9-hole Cup division, also displayed on screen. These are tournament wins. Before of course we bring you the details, so please hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. These are replays of old content when this 9-hole Cup was first in the game, so listen carefully to the commentary, take some notes as well, there may be some tweaks needed, but like I said, these are the tournament wins, so hopefully you will be able to build some shots from those. Timestamps in the description down below. Good luck, here we go. Hole number 1, not a bad wind angle at all, even though we do have a bit of a headwind element to it. We're going with half of the red ring inside the rough at max with APOC 5+, and we're going with 6 bars top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Adjustment here, max plus 20, so maximum distance 20% elevation. Then with this level of APOC, we are going to be going with 3 rings of overpower and 2 balls of curl to the right. Just have a look where the T is according to that triangle that sticks out of the adjustment ring if you want to measure the curl more accurately. Perfect ball away, and we can use yardage notes here. We find absolute centre fairway, and we're looking for 390 to 400 yards. 397 is what we have here. So for 397 we are going to play 30% slider, 10% elevation. Going with the runner here rather than the Hornet because a couple of people were coming a little short with the Hornet in qualifying rounds. So I'm going with the runner because we need max top spin. Look at the placement of the inner yellow ring. It is touching the rough line, so we must not hit great right here. That will miss the rough. So 30% slider, 10% elevation, pulling this one over the bullseye. Obviously you can add and subtract slider percentage per yard, 2% per yard. If you're worried about a great right, I suggest maybe playing this shot with some right spin instead and moving up the rough slightly to the left, so you can go with the top of the main yellow ring touching the rough rather than the inner ring, because this does present danger with a great right, but a perfect, very good chance of dropping for an eagle. Hole number 2, we have pretty much tailwind angle here, tiny amount of left to right. So I go with half a bar of top spin here and 2 bars side spin to the left. I would recommend reducing the top spin, go 0.3, 0.4, and you will see why in a moment. At +9, blue ring touching the rough with spins added, ball guide pointing toward the pin. Then we are going to adjust max plus 60. Max plus 60. 2 pulls over the bullseye. It is going to be a fair amount of rings, so leave yourself some time to adjust accurately. Then standard shot, no curl or anything, just hit perfect. And we are going to have a decent chance with this one. Bounces over nicely. We're going right at the pin. Unfortunately, we just skim over the left half of the cup, a little bit too hot, hence my suggestion of just taking a little bit of topspin off. Hole number 3, we have tailwind here, so I'm going to show you an aggressive option. If you don't want the risk here, then obviously play as we normally would to the right with a kingmaker. I'm going with 6 topspin, half a bar of right spin, just to show you that a driver with 6 topspin will work nicely. Stretch out, see the ball guide go between those 2 sections of rough that protrude onto the fairway. We do have a slight crosswind angle on this one. My other test was in level tailwind. So I adjust here max plus 10. Because we have a lot of tailwind, it's very strong. I don't push all the way to max. I go for plus 25 yards with a 240 yard driver. Max overpower, it does give me a slightly slower needle speed. What I would recommend if you do have more crosswind though is go with a bit of right curl here. Perfect ball away, bear in mind the fairway is narrow, so great balls either side do risk the rough, so that is the risk you take. As you can see here, we do approach the rough on the left. We do park on the fairway, but a bit of right curl would just get us nicely centred in that wind angle. Second shot, you're going to be playing most likely with the long iron, the Grizzly. So do a pin check here just to check your club distance. My pin check value here I think was plus 15. So then you've just got to add spins as appropriate. I'm trying to find a good landing spot here. The downside obviously with the Berserker, even though we need it for the drive, is you're going to have potentially strong wind to deal with here on the second shot. Here I do play this one 25% slider, 10% elevation. We do have room to adjust, but I would check your club distance. As a rule, play true club distance plus 10. That will be my general guidance here. But spend a couple of tokens if you want to dial it in. Perfect away, let's have a look how we go. Bouncing over nicely, just missing though to the right. So a little bit over adjusted on that one, but that is a decent enough first look if you want to go aggressive on hole number 3. We have pretty much direct headwind on hole 4. I'm going to show you an aggressive sand bump. If it's not for you, then obviously don't attempt it. Play with a club with backspin, driver. Just bounce to the left of the bunker and get yourself on the green for your birdie. But if you do want to look at the sand bump, here it is. 5 bars top spin, and I'm going with some side spin to the left. Here I am aiming with the ball guide through the hole. The adjustment I do here is mid distance, 50% elevation. Mid plus 50. Going with the Thor's hammer has good top spin and it has decent accuracy, especially at level 7. Obviously you're going to have to tailor this to the drivers that you have available. We bounce nicely into the sand, rolls out with good speed but just miss a square to the left. So could try aiming to the right of pin or changing the adjustment, but that is a decent enough first look. Like I said, practice it if you want to have a go at it. If not, play safe. Hole number 5, and even though it's not a bad wind angle for the drive, it is going to give us headwind for the second shot. So have that in mind. I'm going to show you an eagle here with a Kingmaker. If you want to use a ball with more wind resistance, it will help for the second shot. With the APOC level 5 plus, setting up here 6 top spin, 3 left spin. Obviously if you have more top spin you can go with that, reduce the overpower. Half of the clear ring inside the rough on the right with APOC 6. Adjust max plus 10. And then once done, if you can push up, then obviously do so. There's not really a lot to push up here though, to be honest. And with 6 bars of top spin here, I'm going to go with 2 rings of overpower just to give myself a bit more distance. Perfect ball away, no curl because the wind will get us nicely down the centre of the fairway here. Obviously it is narrow though, we do want to hit perfect, great right, will risk the rough. But very nicely there to 386 yards. Second shot, and here you can see as we've turned a corner with our aim, we do have a lot of headwind here. As much top spin as possible with whatever 180 yard wood club gives you all that top spin. Here I go with over 2 bars of side spin to the left, but the wind is going to push us a little bit too close to the rough for comfort. So my suggestion here would be aim with less left spin and aim just to the right centre of the fairway, and you'll see why now. We do adjust into overpower, so I'm going to go with 4 or 5 rings of overpower. Obviously the more the better, because it will get you close to the green, but obviously you've got to weigh up because you do want to hit perfect on this one. Greats either side are going to land you in trouble most likely. As you can see, the wind pushed us quite close to the rough there, so that's why I would suggest aiming more right. Max 0 on the second shot there, and that will leave you a very nice end bringer school wedge for the eagle. Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there. Over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join. There are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash. Hole 6 offers once again a brilliant chance for an eagle. We need to go here with 4.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right, with a 240 yard driver, max distance with the power 3 ball, clear ring touching the rough on the right. A little bit of the white ring with the APOC 6. Obviously if you're using different level clubs, bear in mind you will have different ring sizes. Max plus 5 is the adjustment here, max plus 5. And then right curl so the edge of the ball is touching the outer part of the triangle on the right. Perfect ball away, and this is all about, once again, getting to a good drive distance without rolling too fast. We just want to clear the rough. Bear in mind, if you hit a great right here, you're most likely going to be with the end bringer. I'll talk about that in a moment. But here we want to try and play from minimum distance line with the thorn. So find complete min, then add spin to get the ball guide just through the hole. Going to be about 3.5, 4 bars back spin. I'm using a little bit of left spin here as well, but as long as you've got that ball guide just through the cup, you're going to be fine at the complete min line. Then we play minimum distance minus 5% elevation, pull over the bullseye. If you are closer to the green, I would suggest to play end bringer, no spin, ball guide to the hole, and play true club distance plus 25. So not end bringer school, because you won't be able to do that. So go true club distance, no spin, plus 25. That will be my suggestion based on testing, but clearly the thorn is the best way to go if you get a good drive. Thank you for watching and good luck. Hole number 7 then, tricky par 3 here. Can't play with the rocket because you will adjust to the min line with the power 3 ball. So I'm going to show you a sniper shot instead. White ring touching the bunker, blue ring touching the rough on the right. And then here I'm going with 1.2 backspin and about 0.2, 0.3 side spin to the right. Adjustment here, mid plus 30. This is a tricky hole to drop, to be honest, in any wind angle. So just getting close on this one, I'm pretty happy with. However, if you want to obviously spend some tokens, dial in the wind angles and wind strength, by all means do so. But for me, it's going to be time consuming. But we get close with this one with a perfect with our mid plus 30. Just need a few tweaks based on wind strength to try and get us a bit nearer, but very nice speed on this difficult par 3. Hole number 8, we have an eagle to show you here using yardage notes or indeed a pin check. APOC on the drive, and we need 4.5 topspin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Setting up at plus 11 with APOC 5 plus. Focus on the second bounce if you've got different club level due to ring sizes. But here with APOC 6, it's red ring touching the rough. Max plus 5 is the adjustment I go with here. Max plus 5. And then we need half a ball of curl to the right. Important not to over curl this shot, otherwise you do risk hitting the rough on the right. Same with great balls, again with this course, narrow fairway. So it's important to hit perfect. Land exactly where we want to and just clear the rough ever so nicely there. Drive distance here is going to be around 360 to 365 yards. You can use yardage notes or you can use a pin check, whichever you like. Pin check here is plus 4. Pin check obviously is a little bit more accurate than yardage notes in case we're just slightly offline with our drive. Then I'm going with a little bit of backspin, leave the ball guide just short of the cup with our grizzly. Then with a pin check of plus 4, I'm playing this one 18% slider, 18% slider with 15% elevation. So 18% on the slider, 15% elevation. Pin check of plus 4, that is of course using grizzly level 9, so have that in mind. Perfect ball away, and this is going to drop beautifully for an eagle on this par 4. Thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. And finally hole 9, and it's time to go aggressive with this tailwind here. 6 topspin, 2 right spin, stretch out and aim as shown. Obviously you do have a bit more topspin, you can go with it. I'm just going to show you here that 6 bars is going to be absolutely fine. Max plus 10 is the adjustment on this one. Max plus 10, then pushing back up to max. This is going to be a full overpower shot, and I'm going to go with some curl to the right here. You can see the edge of the ball just touching the inside wall of the adjustment ring. I do think we can go with a bit more curl, to be honest here, but be careful of overdoing it because you may land directly into the rough here. So do take note of wind strength, wind angle, because on these send it shots, little variations when you're dealing with wind 1 balls in Expert are going to make quite a bit of difference. But we find ourselves on the fairway. And here with this second shot, We do miss quite a bit to the right, however it is something we can learn from because we do hit perfect. I do a pin check here, we're at plus 20 yards, and here I actually play this one 40% elevation. It's way too much, and I'm playing 25% on the slider. I do believe if you do want to spend a couple of tokens here and a few berserkers, this is something to dial in, but sadly for me, work beckons, so I've given it a perfect. Second attempt on this one I did hit great. My recommendation here will be to reduce down to 20% elevation rather than 40. As you will see, we do miss this one wide to the right, but like I said, I've looked at the replay, measured how many rings I believe I was off, and that's my recommendation here. Go with 20% slider, 20% elevation here, and I'm playing 25% slider. Good speed, but I do think with an elevation tweak there, going to be close for an albatross. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.